What's up? What's up?
Oh,
What's up?
hello. That is quite the introduction. I don't know if I could follow up on that. That was a lot. Thank you.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. So I'm on the bottom, the ladies on top. You know we want to put them on pedestal in our
I know.
channel. So you want me to call you Ali or
You
Femi?
can call me Allie.
Okay,
Half
Ali.
the people don't understand real femme sapien. I'm leading into human female nature that I believe exists biologically, and I go to college right now, and I'm an anthropology major. So I just enjoy being an actual female human, and I think a lot of my life isn't contextual to the West. I'm very analytical when I look at female behavior, so that's where that's coming from.
Okay, that's super dope. I appreciate that. So can you give our audience basically uh the bio of your channel and then who you are as a person, everything we need to know before we dive into these questions, these hard questions.
All right. Well, I am an overcomer of many statistics. I grew up in a single mother home, lots of risk factors. Didn't really know my father. Grew up inner city in Florida. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from Central Florida. So there's this town called Kissimmee right south of Orlando. And there's a lot of issues there. I don't know if people ever research it. One time I researched it for college and I found out in general, the state of Florida does really well with Latin education. We surpass the national average, but not in my city. And my city has a lot of single minority. Single mother homes. And so when I got older, I thought, I don't want this to be my life. No disrespect to my family. I love them. I know life is hard. I know we make different decisions. There's different consequences, but I wanted something different for myself. And I knew that I was going to have to be radically different. So I joined the army, which is not something that most women typically do. And I got divorced a little bit after that. I got married in the middle, didn't know what marriage was, and now I'm here, engaged, regrouping, learning all the time. And then I try to teach other women things that have worked for me, maybe didn't work for me, but also differing perspectives because it's usually not women's fault that they're failing at relationships. A lot of them are just kind of clueless. I mean, I would say the same for modern men.
Okay, okay. So Ali, first question I gotta ask you: is there um, a real term called modern woman, or is that something the red pill or manosphere they make up to give an scapegoat to why they're not getting the woman that they desire?
It's a bunch of BS because if it was 1856, and I'm just throwing years out here, and we were in that time, that presence, without Wi Fi and all this stuff, we would still be modern women. There's never going to be a shortage of modern women. Things update with the times. Like a lot of people complain that women don't know how to cook these days. Really, if you look at the evolution of cooking, it's gotten a lot easier, very packaged, right? So it's not that these women aren't chefs. It's just we're becoming modernized. So we're all very modern. You can have traditional values, but I think the problem is pathological women. Feminism doesn't allow us to go up to women and say, hey, you're being mentally ill right now. You really need treatment. You need to take responsibility and accountability for your trauma and your mental health. That's the problem. I always say that it's not the modern woman, it's pathological women. Because sometimes you look at the decisions that women make. And I'm gonna throw one out. It's a spicy example. It's not every woman, understand that. But women who are automatically taking men to court for child support that they don't need to be in court. They could settle it on the side, but they don't want to. They want to have their foot on his neck. Like that's pathological. Why would you selfishly pursue the father of your children? Because that's going to impact everybody, not just you, sis.
Right. Okay. Okay. I kind of agree with that. I believe that when you involve the court system when it's not necessary, not
Mm-hmm.
like Jen says, not all. Like she says, some,
Yes,
not all, not all.
not all.
So I'm gonna play something, and you and Jen, you're both Latina. I'm gonna play something, and it's going to, and I want to let me know if it's true, right? And how does
Mm-hmm.
it apply to and is how does it apply to marriage and relationships now, right? And so I like to play these little tricks. Jen doesn't even know what I'm putting on right now.
I don't.
She doesn't. She has no idea. All right.
All right.
Black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Because the daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. Spanish girl is raised to serve.
Yeah.
They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got out with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da 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 da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, "That's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him, Shirley. He got his own shit." But Maria better get up and get that plate and get it washed and show him you are a wife.
In my perspective as a woman,
Oh, she fine.
How Spanish guys been with me and my relationships is trash. You understand? Like no luck. But how black men been with me, my past relationships, they've been good. I've been the bitch.
Is it because of the sex? Does sex have anything to do with it?
Nah, not really.
Okay, let's just focus on the guy, what the guy said, right? To me, I don't get why he used black or Latina. I wish he substitute those words for traditional and modern women. Is that what they mean by traditional modern women? Women who have servitude to their husband, and when they say modern women, they're referring to women that give pushback to authority. And y'all both can answer if you want to, but let me know, Ali, what do you think?
Well, I don't think he's right. I also don't think he's wrong. I think there are some cultural differences that are going to be a little bit separate from the black community and the Latin community. So I'm Puerto Rican, but I grew up black for quite a time in my life. My stepfather's black. I got two black brothers, right? And when people look at them, they're not going to say, oh, he's black and Puerto Rican. No, they're like, he's black. So I grew up seeing like the different dynamics and things like that. I will say I see a little bit of a breakdown within the black community where it seems like the males and females are not getting along. I've seen something like that. But as for like women serving men in the Latin community, I'm going to be quite honest. If you look in the inner city, you're going to see minorities grouped together. If you go to New York City, you go to like the birth of hip hop and things like that. Like culturally, we cross. Socioeconomically, we cross. So if you're going to have people in these lower socioeconomic, non-traditional settings, they're going to behave similarly. That's why I don't completely agree with him, because the complaints that I've seen coming from black men about black women, I've seen similar complaints about Latin women. But I will say that I don't know how I learned how to take care of a man. I think I saw what my mom did, not what she said, because my mom to this day would never tell you that she's submissive, but she's always fixing my stepdad a hot plate. So I don't really know. But yeah, I do have an innate ability to take care of a man. I think my grandmother is a good person to look to for that. Abuelas are still good, right? It's Gen X moms. I got some bones to pick with them, but that's my take on what he said.
Okay, perfect. Jen?
I think there's some truth to what he says. I mean, yeah, I jokingly say some, not all, but the majority culturally Latin women are raised to serve. I spoke about that before. Even the follow-up with what the girl said, where she said, you know, when I'm with a black guy, X, Y, and Z, I used to think back in the day, like it's like black men and Latin women were a perfect match, because Latin men, I feel, weren't appreciating me like the way black men are. And it's because black men don't feel appreciated. So you have a man who doesn't feel appreciated with a woman who's raised to serve. That's why, to me, it's such a nice coupling, right? Of course, again, some, not all. But culturally, yes, my mother would look at me and be like, aren't you going to, you know what I mean, cook that or clean that? Or like I said, we are raised like Latin geishas. I say that jokingly, but it's true. From a very young age, we are raised to serve men. So there's a lot of truth in it. So I don't think it's enough. I know you said, King, he should have just said modern women. And no, it's actually, I understand why he used Latin and black, because even today in modern era, there's still Latin women today that is like, no, I'm cooking for you. I'm feeding you. Even when we hurt a man, we feel inclined to help him. Even when we hurt them, that's how embedded it is that we are supposed to serve men. It's deep, even with modern women. My daughter is 28 and she thinks that. Now, is it because how I raised her? I mean, she's black and Puerto Rican. So I also have black and Puerto Rican in my family, but the cultural differences are significant. I don't want to ignore that.
So we could safely assume that learning is not through culture, it's usually through proximity. Because what I hear is she learned through her mother watching, not what her mother said, Ali, but watching her mother observation, right? And also her grandmother, right? And your daughter, through proximity, she saw you being in service to men that deserved it, right? So that's how we learn through proximity, right? Environment.